Good, happy Tuesday morning, February 19, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, key Bernie Sanders supporters say presidential announcement coming today. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
We're Rhymes Propane and Oil, and no one beats us. No one has a lower price on home heating oil in your area than we do. But if another company does, we'll beat their price. If you can see this ad, we can service you. Rhymes, meeting your energy needs for over 40 years. Learn more at rhymes.com.
We do have some breaking Commitment 2020 news tonight. WMUR has learned that an email will be going out tomorrow announcing that Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders plans to run for president. A key supporter tells our John DeStaso plans for at least one, if not two, announcement speeches are in the works. Sanders won the New Hampshire primary back in 2016.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Bedford school officials say threatening note led to early dismissal. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cherry.
If you're seeing this ad, that means you can get home heating oil for the lowest price available in your area. From Rhymes Propane and Oil. Reliable service and the lowest oil prices guaranteed. Rhymes, serving your energy needs for over 40 years. Learn more at rhymes.com.
With every bus seat packed, students at Lurgio Middle School and Bedford High School were dismissed from campus grounds just before noon.
We don't know what it is. They're not telling us right away. It's very scary.
Around 10 a.m., school officials say they received a threatening note. The administration then contacted police about what to do next.
Today's note had enough specificity in it that we felt as though we need to err on the side of caution and dismiss the student body from both the Lurgio Middle School and the high school.
At around 11:30, the superintendent's office sent a notification to parents that students would be let out early. Middle schoolers and some high schoolers left by bus. Some seniors and juniors drove themselves and family home, and others left on foot or with adults. Initially, parents were kept in the dark about why the evacuation was necessary, but having their children safe and sound was the ultimate relief.
I want them to do their job and take care of our kids first, and I'm sure we'll know shortly.
Generally speaking, when we have something that's brought to our attention that we think is a non-credible threat, we'll discuss it with the police department and we may take zero action.
Around 1:30, the school was given the all-clear by administration. School will resume as normal on Tuesday. Administrators say that they encourage students and parents to abide by the see something, say something motto, but it asks that the community be mindful about what they post on social media so that false information does not spread.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Colin Butcher prioritize opiate crisis, climate change in first New Hampshire visit since announcing candidacy. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
We're Rhymes Propane and Oil, and no one beats us. No one has a lower price on home heating oil in your area than we do. But if another company does, we'll beat their price. If you can see this ad, we can service you. Rhymes, meeting your energy needs for over 40 years. Learn more at rhymes.com.
Please welcome, without further ado, everyone, Senator Amy Klobuchar.
In her second stop of the day, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar was on national TV answering questions from New Hampshire voters.
I've worked very hard to stand my ground on really important issues, whether it be things like doing something about climate change in our environment or making sure that we are progressive in how we handle our economy and stand up and have people's backs. But I also am someone that looks for common ground.
Earlier in the day, Klobuchar arrived to a room full of cheers when she held a meet and greet with voters and local lawmakers in Goffstown at the Village Trestle, where she addressed why she wanted to hold the CNN town hall in the Granite State.
We all know the critical role New Hampshire plays in this election for president. But also because New Hampshire believes in democracy.
And New Hampshire voters believe in getting involved and meeting candidates. State Senator Cindy Rosenwald tries to make it a point to see every candidate.
I have not seen excitement like in the past year or two.
She came to hear Senator Klobuchar, who discussed the challenges she plans on facing, like the opioid epidemic and climate change.
When I'm president, on day one, we will get back into the International Climate Change Agreement. We can do that on the first day.
And now tonight, Senator Klobuchar also fielded a question about reports that she has been harsh on her staff members in the past. She says she holds herself to high standards. She expects the same level of standards from her staff members and says if she were elected president, she would expect those same standards from the country. We are live at St. Anselm College tonight. I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Salem Police Captain Sergeant under criminal investigation by AG's office. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
If you're seeing this ad, that means you can get home heating oil for the lowest price available in your area. From Rhymes Propane and Oil. Reliable service and the lowest oil prices guaranteed. Rhymes, serving your energy needs for over 40 years. Learn more at rhymes.com.
The Attorney General's office sent this letter to Salem's town administrator notifying him that Captain Michael Wagner and Sergeant Michael Varaki are now under criminal investigation. The AG's office would not go into further detail, only saying the process is ongoing. The news comes 1 month after the office announced it launched another criminal investigation into Deputy Chief Robert Morin, and after the department's former chief resigned following an audit that alleged a pattern of mismanagement of department procedures. Captain Joel Dolan and the department's civilian administrator are now running day-to-day operations.
They're running as smooth and even more smooth than I could even have hoped for.
Dolan says the changes have not affected the rest of the department. Officers are still patrolling and calls are being answered.
That just shows the dedication that the officers have and our message of, don't let the white noise get you down, and we still have a job to do.
As for how long he'll remain at the helm, Dolan says that decision is for Town Hall.
It's not a good situation. I don't know why they didn't get this resolved earlier and not leave this gap of, in the process. I think it should be resolved quickly, I hope.
Continue to feel safe in Salem, that you have a dedicated police force that we're out here to serve our community.
And the AG's office says it will notify town administrator of any further investigation as their review continues. Live in the newsroom, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Several crashes reported on New Hampshire snowmobile trails. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
you're seeing this ad, that means you can get home heating oil for the lowest price available in your area. From Rhymes Propane and Oil. Reliable service and the lowest oil prices guaranteed. Rhymes, serving your energy needs for over 40 years. Learn more at rhymes.com.
Several snowmobile accidents over the weekend kept first responders busy. The first accident happening just before noon Saturday in Gorham. When a woman rolled her snowmobile on top of herself, operator inexperience the factor.
These machines are a lot of fun. However, there's no safety equipment on them, so therefore you have to be very careful. You have to treat them with respect.
Then, a little over an hour later, another accident in Guilford. A man hitting an ice ridge on his snowmobile and thrown into the air for about 75 feet, suffering severe injuries. Fishing Game says most accidents do have some things in common.
We see a lot of accidents are generally preventable by if people would just slow down, if they would not drink and drive, as well as if they had the proper safety equipment.
Around 4 o'clock on Saturday in Low and Burbank's Grant, a woman lost control of her snowmobile and struck a tree. Operator inexperience again cited as the cause. While up north there is plenty of snow, especially in southern New Hampshire, conditions are challenging.
The trails are pretty icy right now. We've gotten all the rain down here, which has since frozen, and that has created kind of an icy surface on a lot of these trails.
On Sunday, there were 2 more accidents. Again, operator inexperience cited as a woman operator lost control of her sled. And then later on a lake in Brookline, a man was injured when he lost control of his machine and rolled it on top of himself. He was not wearing a helmet at the time and was med-flighted to the hospital. There was one fatality along the trails. In Bethlehem, 67-year-old John Doherty stopped to assist a fellow rider. Doherty collapsed and was later pronounced dead at the scene. Reporting live in Dunbarton, Ray Brewer, WMUR News Now.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. European markets open slightly lower aimed U.S.-China trade talks. European stocks were slightly lower Tuesday morning as market participants anxiously waited for details from the latest round of U.S.-China trade talks. 16 states sue Donald Trump over emergency declaration. The emergency declaration secured an additional $6.7 billion for the border wall. 16 states, including California, New York, Michigan, sued President Donald Trump on Monday to halt his controversial emergency declaration to open up funding for a border wall. The lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California late Monday named the states of California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, and Virginia as the plaintiffs. And that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.